you guys.
Hey, hey!
To say that there are a lot of dating reality shows out there is honestly a bit of an understatement. The truth is much more grand and horrifying, as there are various networks all over the place, including cable TV networks and certain streaming platforms, that are always looking for new ways to go and shake up the formula, if you will, and try to make an entertaining and unique dating show. In early 2020, Netflix decided to do that with their show Love is Blind, and the results of it still have fans who watched it talking. So with that, allow us to show you Love is Blind couples now and who's still together in 2021. Be sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel. What is Love is Blind? Considering that there are a lot of dating type shows out there, from the basic to the dumb to the stupid, basically any love show that has the word island in it, you might be a bit forgetful in terms of what Love is Blind is, and how it tried to pair people together. It's honestly a bit complicated, so here's a full-on breakdown for you. This series follows 30 men and women hoping to find love. For 10 days in a speed dating format, the men and women date each other in different pods, where they can talk to each other but not see each other. Whenever they decided, the men were able to propose to the woman they want to marry. After the proposal and meeting face-to-face for the first time, the engaged couples headed to a couples retreat in Playa del Carmen, Mexico. During this trip, they spent time getting to know their partners and were able to meet the other couples participating in the experiment. Following the couples retreat, the engaged couples moved to the same apartment complex in Atlanta. While at the apartments, they all met their partners' families and explored their partners' living conditions. On the day of the wedding, the engaged couples carried out wedding ceremonies and needed to make their final decisions at the altar about whether to split up or get married. Answering the question, is love blind? So yeah, that's a thing. But you do have to commend them for at least trying to spell out all the different complexities of a relationship while also sticking to the premise of the show. So given all of that, by the end of season 1, what were the results, and who actually is still together over a year later? Let's break it all down, shall we? Lauren Speed and Cameron Hamilton. Yes, there really was a person on a speed dating show called Lauren Speed. No doubt Netflix loved the irony when it came to bringing her in. Anyway, Lauren and Cameron were special on the show for various reasons, not the least of which, in the eyes of the fans at least, was that they were the couple whom you could very easily see being married, thus proving the process does work in certain cases. And despite the terrible nature of 2020, they did indeed get married on the show, and have been together officially for 2 years now. Lauren shared an adorable tribute on Instagram. Wow, 2 whole years. We've made it through one of the craziest years of our lives. We came out stronger than ever. It's always nice to see when things work out, and apparently, the show people really like this couple as well. They're just adorable, a source close to the show noted in an interview. And although Lauren's parents were skeptical up until the wedding, they've reportedly come around in the years since. Their families love them, they're beautiful humans, and they're truly the essence of Love is Blind, the source added. It's honestly a bit ironic when you think about it, because many of these shows try and force love, and just build up relationships to see if they'll possibly work out. But in this case, it did work, and it's lasting. There might just be hope for reality TV yet. Maybe. Oh, and not surprisingly, the two are apparently so popular that they might get their own series from Netflix. But until then, they have their own YouTube series called Hanging with the Hamiltons. In this channel, we are going to talk about everything in our lives, the different elements that make them up. Cameron said in the couple's intro video, whether it's our family, our friends, dinner, drinks, cocktails, you know what I'm talking about. Yes, we know what you're talking about. Moving on. Amber Pike and Matt Barnett. The only other couple to officially get married on the show, Amber Pike and Matt Barnett, didn't exactly have the full-on love feeling that Cameron and Lauren did. Granted, they did get married on the show, but it was a very tense wedding day as they went and said "I do" to each other, because both sides were having second thoughts on the matter. However, despite that and the year of secrecy that they had to do until it was revealed they were a couple, they were able to make it through and are still married to this day. They, like many married couples, did have their ups and downs, but they are said to have worked through it, like a good couple should, and are happily enjoying one another's company. Barnett marked their second wedding anniversary with a cuddly snap on Instagram. He added the hashtags love of my life and anniversary, and wrote, "Here's to 2 years and a million more years together." Amber naturally had her own thoughts to share that definitely got their fans talking. 2 years ago today since we officially said I do, and I still can't keep my hands off you. Happy 2-year wedding anniversary to my frustrating, crazy, sweet, handsome hubby. I love you. Love is spoken out in various ways, right? Jessica Batten and Mark Cuevas. And now for a couple that absolutely didn't work out. And probably for the best. When Jessica Batten and Mark Cuevas were chosen by one another at first in the pods, there was a very clear sense that one of them was in love, and the other quickly realized that they decidedly were not. Mark was the one in love, and Jessica was not. The problem, and drama, was that Mark really did feel that Jessica was the woman for him, and not unlike certain romantic comedies, he tried to show his love for her right up until he went to the altar with her and said, "I do," only for her to not give the words back, ending their relationship. According to some, she had a thing for another person on the show and didn't realize it until too late, and thus struggled with them being happy while she had to try and get by Mark. Sad. Oh, but Mark's story is much sadder, in the pathetic way, because apparently he went on a spree with women and started dating and cheating on others after Jessica dumped him at the altar, even getting exposed on Reddit for his lack of commitment. So in this case, Jessica really dodged a bullet, and we should be grateful she did. Kelly Chase and Kenny Barnes. At first, you'd think that Kenny and Kelly has a nice ring to it, pun intended, and for some fans, they viewed this as one of the most stable relationships on the show. And yet, on the wedding day, Kenny said yes, and Kelly said no. But wait, there's a twist. Apparently, the two never planned to say yes to one another at the wedding. According to them, they had talked about it and agreed that this show was just an experiment for them, and they wanted to see where it went. Since then, Kenny got engaged to someone he didn't meet on TV, and Kelly was not only happy for him, she was thrilled and praised the couple. She herself is still single, by choice, and is focusing on growing her career. Giannina Gabelli, aka Gigi, and Damian Powers. So let's see. We've had a couple of married people, a couple that didn't work out for the right reasons, and the wrong ones. What's left? Oh, how about a couple that should have never been paired together in the first place? That would be Gigi and Damian Powers, because they had an animosity to them from the get-go, and people knew that this wouldn't work out. And sure enough, on the wedding day, Damian claimed she wasn't all in, and their relationship ended there. Or did it? Because apparently, they really were drawn to one another, despite their temperaments. And a few hours after the show officially ended, they went and talked it out and found out they did love each other and wanted to see it through. To be clear, they're just dating, but it certainly is a twist of events. So, what do you think? What do you think of this look at the first season of Love is Blind? And how some of these couples got married and now have kids? How certain couples got back together despite people thinking it wouldn't work out? What was your favorite part of the show? Which couples did you personally want to succeed? And were you happy with where they ended up? What are you hoping for with Season 2? Let us know in the comments below. Be sure to subscribe, and we'll see you next time on the channel.